everyone. It's great to have you all here for another insightful session of Teen Talk series. Today's topic is one that underscores the importance of effective decision making in disaster management, earthquake risk governance operations. Our speaker, Pavithra, will guide us through how risk governance frameworks address earthquake preparedness, response and mitigation. From policy making to on-ground operations, Pavithra will shed light on the strategies and collaborative efforts that strengthen resilience against earthquakes. After the presentation, we will open the floor for questions to encourage a meaningful exchange of ideas. Without further ado, let's welcome Pavithra to the stage.
Good evening everyone. Today I will be presenting on Earthquake Risk Governance Operations or ERGO. This is a topic that deals with managing the risk consequences of earthquake, which are natural disasters that can cause extensive damage and loss of life. In this world, why this is important? Earthquakes can strike at any time without warning and their impacts can be devastating. Therefore, effective governance is essential in minimizing their effects. The ERGO approach aims to provide a structured and coordinated method of managing this risk, from prevention and preparedness to response and recovery. What is earthquake risk governance? Earthquake risk governance refers to the processes, policies and actions involved in reducing the risk associated with earthquakes. This includes risk assessment, mitigation strategies, emergency preparedness, response system and recovery operations. Key components of ERGO. Risk assessment. Identifying vulnerable areas, populations and infrastructures to determine the level of risk. Mitigation. Implementing measures to reduce the likelihood of an earthquake or its impact, such as building codes and land use planning. Preparedness. Preparing communities and government agencies for potential earthquake through drill, communication systems and early warning systems. Response. Coordinating efforts to assist affected populations during the earthquake event, including search and rescue, medical care and supply distribution. Recovery. Rebuilding infrastructure, restoring service and assisting communities in returning to normal after an earthquake. The role of government and stakeholders in ERGO. ERGO is not just a responsibility of one entity, it involves multiple stakeholders at various levels. First one, government authorities. National, regional and local governments play a crucial role in legislation, resource allocation and policy making for earthquake risk reduction. Emergency service. For police, fire departments, medical teams and other first responders are essential in providing immediate help. Private sector. Construction companies, engineers and infrastructure developers must comply with building regulations to reduce earthquake damage. Communities. The local population must be informed, trained and equipped to respond effectively when an earthquake occurs. International organizations do let the UN, Red Cross and World Bank provide global support and resources, especially in regions with fewer resources. Key ERGO strategies. Building codes and land use planning. One of the most effective ways to reduce earthquake risk is through the enforcement of strict building codes and regulations, ensuring that structures are designed to withstand seismic activity can save lives and minimize damage. Early warning system or EWS. Early warning system can detect seismic activity before it reaches populated areas, allowing people to take protective actions. These systems rely on advanced technology to monitor earth movements. Public awareness and education. Education communities about earthquake risk and emergency response protocols is crucial. This can include regular drills, public campaigns, and integrating earthquake education into school curriculums. Preparedness and emergency response planning. Governments should work with local communities to develop emergency response plans, conduct simulations, and establish clear evacuation routes and shelter provisions. Tools used for fire risk assessment tools. Seismic hazard models. Tools like HAZUS or of earthquake inland region. Geographic Information Systems or GIS. It is used for mapping seismic hazards, population exposure, and critical infrastructure vulnerabilities. Remote sensing. Satellite and drones collect data for fault mapping and structural integrity. Second one, data collection and monitoring tools. Seismographs and accelerometers. It is used for devices for real-time earthquake detection and monitoring ground motion. Earthquake early warning systems or EEWS. Networks like Shake Alert or J Alert provide warning seconds before shaking starts. LIDAR and radar technologies. It creates detailed terrain and fault line mapping. Third one, vulnerability and impact analysis tools. Structural assessment software tools like SAP 2000 or ETABS analyzes the seismic performance of buildings and bridges. Socio-economic impact models. It's tool to assess potential losses, injuries, and economic disruptions. Then, scenario simulation platforms. It's models that simulate potential earthquake and their cascade effects. Fourth one, mitigation planning and decision making tools. One of them are urban planning software. It helps design earthquake resilient infrastructure and zoning regulations. Cost benefit analysis models evaluate the feasibility of mitigation strategies such as retrofitting buildings. Then policy development framework, guidance documents or rules for creating risk governance policies. Fifth one, crisis management and response tools. Incident command system (ICS). It frameworks for coordinating emergency response. Emergency Risk Operations Centers (EOSCS). Centralized platforms for decision making during disasters. Crowdsourcing apps, platform for reporting damage and relocating surveillance. Sixth one, public awareness and communication tools, simulation and training platforms, virtual reality and simulation tools for earthquake drills, mass communication system, SMS, apps or sirens for disseminating alerts and instructions. Community engagement platforms are tools like the participatory GIS to involve the public planning. Research and development tools. Data repositories. Platforms like Global Earthquake Model (GEM) or USGS databases for accessing seismic data. Collaborative research platform systems for interdisciplinary collaboration among scientists, engineers, and policymakers. Case studies for successful ERGO. Japan is an excellent example of effective earthquake risk governance. The country has invested heavily in earthquake-resistant infrastructure, public education campaigns, and one of the world's most advanced EAD systems. The 2011 Tohoku earthquake, although devastating, saw rapid recovery due to Japan's robust preparedness measures. Chile has one of the highest earthquake frequencies in the world but has made tremendous strides in mitigating the risk. Their earthquake engineering standards are among the strictest and the government continuously runs preparedness drills. Chile response to the 2010 Mole earthquake showed the importance of quick, organized emergency service and resilient communities. Challenges in earthquake risk governance. There are limited resources, political will, population growth and urbanization, climate change. Limited resources in low-income countries or regions. There may be lack of funding and resources to implement comprehensive earthquake risk governance strategies. Political will. The successful implementation of earthquake risk management requires strong political will and the cooperation of all levels of government. In some regions, there is a insufficient prioritization of earthquake preparedness, population growth and urbanization. Rapid urbanization in earthquake-prone areas increases the vulnerability of cities. In climate change, while earthquakes are not caused by eliminate change, it can exacerbate other natural hazards such as tsunamis or landslides, which complicates governance efforts. In earthquake risk governance is a vital part of ensuring the safety and resilience of communities in earthquake-prone regions. Through coordinated efforts by government, private sector actors and communities, we can reduce by impacts of earthquake and recover more effectively. By investing risk assessment, mitigation measures, preparedness and response system, we can save lives and minimize damage. Earthquake risk governance requires long-term commitment, collaboration and integration of innovative technologies and best practices. It is not just about managing the risk but also about creating a culture of resilience. Thank you. Thank you for attention.
Thank you, Pavithra, for that comprehensive and thought-provoking presentation on earthquake risk governance operations. Your discussion has provided valuable insights into the role of governance in reducing risk and enhancing earthquake preparedness. It's inspiring to see such active presentation as we continue to explore essential topics in disaster management. Wishing everyone a great evening and we